Approval by the head coach. They give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and the 11.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Well, the Miami Dolphins, an 0-2 start to the season, Charles. Both losses in the division, but week 2, very competitive against a good Buffalo team, 31-28. If you want to look at it from a silver linings perspective, was a game that featured a 36-minute lightning delay as well. But, you know, here was my takeaway. Ryan Fitzpatrick played pretty well. Did he play well enough to kind of keep the calls for Tua at bay for another week or two?
I think without a doubt, because last week he really struggled against New England. But how about the typical Ryan Fitzpatrick, put it behind you, bounce back with a big day, 328 yards and 2 touchdowns? Yes, definitely. They want to keep Tua on the bench for a while. They will eventually turn it over to him, but not right away. They want Fitzpatrick leading this ball club, and then they got a short turnaround, Brandon. I think you're going to be there for this. Miami at Jacksonville on a Thursday night. I think it's an early type of must-win game for them, because Seattle comes to town in week 4 if they're trying to get some of those wins to show that they're making progress with this franchise.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Caught by Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
Still 2nd down.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Ravens had a big season in 2019, but we're still looking to strengthen their pass rush. And they bring in Calais Campbell, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and he was acquired for the low cost of a 5th-round draft pick. 31.5 sacks his last 3 years. He's been to 2 NFC Championship games and the Super Bowl. He wants to carry the Ravens back to the Super Bowl with him.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Offense.
That's not good enough, man.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Ravens nothing.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
The 28-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
On second down, Ingram. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Woo! Give me
and he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
The ball carrier.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
He's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyle Van Noy drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Once again, they run with Great on first down. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
On the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Tua with a throw complete to Parker.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Devontae Parker.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Tagovailoa's pass.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. He always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
On the keeper.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Baltimore.
Now Jackson on first down. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And his throw here is incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 20.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Run there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
2 yards.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the Ravens' 11-yard line.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
2-yard pickup.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. No doubt they were hoping for 7 points out of this drive, CD. The good news, they could at least salvage 3 because that ball went bouncing out of bounds.
Yeah, how about the bounce that they got? They kept them in field goal range. You're exactly right. They get a chance to get 3 points out of it and not cost themselves.
They get this out quickly to the left side. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Ingram's got the first down and more. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 51 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
A 4-yard loss on the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 and now on 1st down. Wilson's got it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And that is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The Ravens.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Now there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 60 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football. What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 21.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Trailing 14-13, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson, an even 90 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So now it's the Dolphins' turn, trailing by 6. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Now Tua, a big spot for the rookie from Alabama. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
On the carry. Tackle made at the 21-yard line.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And Wilson has it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Parker the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Tua. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's third down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down.
Marcus Peters on the cover.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Fighting is, and now look at this, big gain but a fumble, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He's going to let it fly. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
How you like me now?
And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
We all knew the situation. We're in the fourth quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.